Welcome to A Women's Brew, where women talk about beer. Our holiday this year is all about mince pies and barley wine brilliance as we drink through a set of beers blending all the flavours of festive pastry perfection. I'm Joanne and this is Tori.
Hello, hello.
And we're two beer-loving women on a mission to get more people drinking and talking about great beer. Come join us. That was a tongue twister today. Thanks very much.
I like to keep it interesting. Because, I mean, as I said, as we started recording, I could just be like, in today's episode, we're having mince pie barley wine. Thank you.
Just gave it away. Oh, no, we did say mince pies.
We did say. I think the cover photo also will probably give it away. But
I haven't taken a picture. Did you take a picture?
I took a picture. I always do. Don't worry. But yeah, I could just make it to the point. But where's the fun in that?
Yeah,
it's not fun. True. That's not exciting. I like to make it jazzy.
Jazzy, it's Christmas.
Jazzy.
So obviously we're recording this a little bit earlier than Christmas, so we can get it done.
We're recording it the day after my fake Christmas at my in-laws' house. That was quite a late night, so
I am not Christmassy at all at the moment.
You've not had time to be Christmassy.
I've not had time to be Christmassy. Like, I haven't even put my Christmas decorations up yet. I was like, do I get something else to have in the background here? No, because I have not had time. They say that like events are, like this period of my time is supposed to be quieter. It has not been.
I'm gutted because you just made me think about the fact that I should have. I'm wearing my Elusive.
I'm wearing my Elusive one, which will become clear as to why we are matching as per usual.
It's not already clear, but yeah. But yeah, I'm wearing my Elusive hoodie, probably more just because I wear it all the time anyway when it's cold, but also for episode reasons. But you've just reminded me, so no, I don't have anything festive up because I'm going to the US for Christmas, so we don't put our decorations when we go to the US. But I did buy I bought a new Christmas jumper that I'm really excited about.
Did you? Are you going to tell us what it is?
It's my little Christmas jumper.
No!
I bought an £8 little Christmas jumper because honestly, I should have worn that for this episode. Oh, if I had even thought about that, I would have put it on.
I usually wear my Wonder Woman one. I forgot. I'm not in Christmas mode, everybody. So hopefully these beers will get me into Christmas mode.
No, well that's it. Maybe when we sort of like go in between, maybe I'll go and run and throw mine on because it's great. It is the most obnoxious best £8 that I've like ever spent in my life, and I just. It makes me it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible, and I love it so much.
I've seen a few of the beer ones, and I have been considering getting one, but I've not got there. Like Siren's got one.
Do they?
Siren's got a Christmas jumper. Harvey's have got one. Did you not see username with beer in it? Picked up the Augustina one.
No, I do. Normally when I see that it's because I'm sent I follow username with beer, but I feel like I get sent that by other people because they're always like, are you sure that you don't run this page? And I'm like, I do not. It's not my page, I promise.
Me and Alex at work, we got they do it. Siren do a Christmas one. Alex and I at work got we got reshared to stories the other week because we found a big bench with a back. Oh,
I think I did. You sent me that as well.
I did.
Didn't you?
I sent you a picture of the big bench in the wild. Big bench in the wild. Big bench in its natural habitat of Germany, and big bench with backs.
With a back.
It's very important. Yeah.
It was like, whoa, what is happening?
Alex and I deliberately sat on it because we were like, big bench with backs, gotta be done.
Oh yeah, so I've just looked up the Siren woven Christmas jumper, £42. That's actually not that bad.
It's a nice one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I probably would want to see it in person just to be like, what size do I need here and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's not too bad. Quite like that.
Tell us about your Christmas jumper, Rex, everybody. What Christmas jumpers are you wearing? Or have you got a Christmas t-shirt?
Christmas do you need? Oh, yeah, Rick's got some Christmas jumpers, but they're not beer t-shirts or anything like that. But we've got some Christmas jumpers. Yeah, send us some good beer ones because maybe we need one for next year.
Yeah, I think we need to plan that in advance.
Yeah.
But today, to get Christmassy, we're going with our good friends at Elusive. And we are drinking their mince pie barley wines. So there is the regular mince pie barley wine, and there is the barrel aged mince pie barley wine. So we both got the mince pie barley wine last year, didn't we?
We did.
We haven't drunk it yet. It's the old one.
When I went in to get these ones, I specifically said, like, they are aware because I've told them. Well, we didn't drink the ones from last year. We never got round to it.
Well, no. To be fair, when we went, so we actually saw the barrel that this was in, because it was on the side when we went to brew Brave Noise at the beginning of the year.
Oh yeah.
And because Andy was like, "This is the mince pie barley wine, and we've put it in barrel so we can release it this year." And I was like, "Oh," so I didn't drink it because I was like, I might hang on to that and compare it to the barrel aged one. So I specifically saved it.
I don't think I specifically saved it. I think I just didn't get around to it. And then, but then because it's like Christmassy themed, I was like, oh, I can't just drink it any time.
Yeah, it feels weird if you don't
at
least.
If you miss the window.
Yeah, there's a window. Yeah, I think there is a window for Christmas beers, right? So I bought. We'll talk about.
It depends if they're Christmas beers versus like we're talking about this one very clearly. If you're looking at the video, I mean, this is a Christmas.
It's got Father Christmas on it.
So yeah, if you're looking at the label, if you're watching the video and you look at the label, it's very clearly that it's a Christmas beer.
It's got a little 8-bit Father Christmas on it.
Yeah, there's an elf. There's like a very snowy scene. It's so I feel like that one is very much like specifically a Christmas beer. So I kind of feel, or a holiday period beer. So I kind of feel like once you pass the holiday period by a set amount, like there is a window for something like this. But I think if you're talking about just like general flavors of the season, but it's not marketed in a way that is a little bit more of like a Christmassy theme. I feel there's a little bit more leeway for me to drink that outside of the festive period, but I also don't knock it in the fact that I quite like that there's specifically festive skinned themed beers, because then it's like it's an excuse to buy it for the holiday, isn't it?
Yeah, I have got a couple that I bought last year and didn't get around to drinking, or they came a little bit later because deliveries were late or something. I've got a Noel from Beer Baladin. I'm going to hang on to that.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and this I'm going to drink that this Christmas at some point. And I got I
still have Elusive's Lebkuchen.
I've still got that one as well. And I've got Gordon Xmas. I have to buy Gordon Xmas, don't I?
Yeah. You do. I've had that one before as well.
It's good.
I think I bought it last year, maybe.
Yeah, I think we bought it for something and then we didn't do it. I can't remember what it was.
No, and then I just drank it.
Yeah, but I still got mine
over the holidays. But that's it. I think because last year we did an episode, we bought a whole bunch of
of Christmassy beers.
And then I made the beer advent calendar. Like I made my own beer advent calendar, but I'd never actually got around to drinking all the beers.
Yeah. So this is the thing, right?
I don't think I drink that way that other people drink.
So, controversially, I did not have a beer advent calendar this year.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah. I didn't make one. I didn't buy one. I was very sorely tempted a couple of times. Didn't do it. I'm managing my FOMO. It's okay. Don't worry, everybody. But like, I started on beer Instagram with a beer advent calendar. So I've been like, oh, it's traditional. Like I need to do a beer advent calendar every year. I started a few years back now, making my own because I couldn't find one that I liked anywhere that had like the right mixture of things in. So I was like, just make my own. And then I've done that the last couple of years, but I just don't get the chance to drink the beer each day. And then they stack up anyway. 100%. And then you still just don't get around to drinking them. And then this December has been so busy, I've barely been at home. So I got myself this year around, you'll like this, I got myself a coffee advent calendar.
Yeah, I did like that, yeah.
We're at the end of the first full week in December.
Yep.
I've drunk 4 of them. So, like, because I've just not been able to do it. But, like, it's coffee, so I can just drink it as I go along. Like, I'm just gradually taking... They're in little, like, pouches, and you brew it in the pouch, which is really cool. But, so, I just haven't got around to it. So, I was like, that was the right decision not to have a beer advent calendar this year, because it would just end up adding to my stash. So, as fun as it is, my December is crazy, so I haven't got to it. But I am going to enjoy some Christmassy beers.
Well, that's it. It's like, so my beer advent calendar situations, I'd make my own because I just use surplus beers, and then on the odd occasion, like I'd buy a few of the specific festive ones. But 100%, like I'm not one of those people that have a beer every night. I'm not judging people that do have a beer every night by any means.
Drink how you want to.
I just don't. That's not,
Sometimes I'm too tired.
Sometimes I'm too tired. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood. Sometimes I tend to have like, numerous in one go in a night, and then maybe I don't have any unless we're recorded. Like I don't really drink on weeknights unless
I don't anymore.
I don't really, unless there's a reason, like there's a specific occasion to do it, but it's not just that I'm at home. I don't have it in a casual way like some other people do have, like, oh, I just have this tonight or whatever. That's not me. So like Christmas, I might buy all these festive beers. That's why I still have like the Lebkuchens. I had them in my advent calendar, and then I just never got a chance to sit and drink it. And I think I bought multiples, so I might have had it at some point last year, I think. But I had multiples, so it's like one went in the advent calendar that I made, and then I just never got around to drinking it. Yeah, because I just it stacked.
Haven't had time. And you're going to have even less time because you're then going to be in the US as well. So travel is...
That's why I didn't bother this year. Yeah. That's why I didn't bother. Because it's like there's no point there. I wouldn't be able to sort of like take that with me really. And then there's no point. But like for you, would you consider doing like a 12 days of Christmas instead of...
Do you know what? I thought about it. I thought about because there's a few of the breweries did like 12 days of Christmas boxes. I thought about it. And I'm away for the next 2 weeks, and I'm really going to settle down on the 23rd of December. So I don't think that's going to work for me this year. I might think about it next year, having something slightly smaller. But I think I'm just going to have some really nice beers over that Christmas weekend and into Christmas. I've got some. I'll share them with you later what I've picked for Christmas.
We should talk more about the beer advent calendars in a minute. Let's go on to our first beer, but actually this is quite an interesting topic because I think there's some merit in having that conversation. But let's put a pin in that for now so we can get on to this beer because we can talk about it while we're sipping on the beers.
Yeah.
I guess to start, for anyone that doesn't know what a mince pie is, I just took a short blurb of what it is. So a holiday treat of short crust pastry that's filled with a sweet mincemeat. So that's made of a combination of fruits and spices. In the US, it can also be known as mincemeat pie. And in Australia and New Zealand, they might call it a fruit mince pie. But it is traditionally consumed in English-speaking countries. And I do think that it is like specifically sort of English in origin.
Yeah, definitely.
But so that is... I've got some fun facts for us later, but that is kind of the high level of what a mince pie is. I think you can probably guess. So we probably, like with other episodes, we have stuff. We probably go, should we have it alongside? You know that I...
Have you got mince pies?
This. I don't.
Oh, no.
And you can probably guess why I don't.
It's because you don't like mince pies?
Yep.
I was about to say, do you like mince pies? I don't like mince pies. I don't like mince pies.
I'm surprised you don't like them because I hate them. But I think
I've never liked them.
I don't like them dried fruit. And actually, so we'll get onto the fun facts afterwards. But I always thought that there was actual. I was like, oh no wonder I don't want meat. Like, I couldn't get my head around like meat in a pie.
Same. No one really explained that to me as a child.
I thought it was like minced meat,
like beef.
Like I was like, no, I don't like that. But then and then I was like, oh, that doesn't sound nice at all. That's not a dessert. And then when I was told, no, you idiot, far too late in life, no, you idiot, that is fruits and spices. You know how I feel about dried fruit.
You don't like dried fruit. You don't. I like dried fruit.
I don't like dried fruit. I'm not having it.
That's
why I'm surprised you don't like mince pies.
I don't know. I just because it's also got like dried peel and stuff in it as well. I'm not a massive fan of that.
Why would you put peel in it? That is like I don't know. That is like that is it just does not make sense. To me.
Like
why?
Like if I'm somewhere and like someone gives me one or is like, oh, we got mince pies, like have one. I'll be like, I will. There's been situations where I've like begrudgingly like eaten one and been like, yeah, thanks. But I would not choose to have mince pies. I've never made a mince pie. Like my mum and my nan used to make them. I remember when I was a child. Like we always have fresh made mince pies. They are not for me. Which I feel like with that, I get yours because you don't like dried fruit. But I feel like
I don't like dried fruit.
I feel like I probably should like it because it feels like it's that winter spice thing that we both really enjoy. I think it's the bits. I just don't want the bits.
For me, it's the texture of dried
fruit. I think
it's
a texture thing.
It's a big old nope. It's a no-peroni for me. And the fact that you're even saying that, like, now that you've told me like new information again, and you're like, oh yeah, there's bits of peel in it.
Dried
like,
peel in it as well.
Nobody's asked for that.
Candied peel.
Okay, fine. I guess if you say it candied, it makes more sense. I'm thinking of like, would you eat the rind on like? You know what I mean?
Some people do.
I was gonna say no, I'm not gonna say what I was about to say, but. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't want that. I'm all set.
Anyway, well established. We don't like mince pies.
We don't like.
I feel like the flavours though, will be alright.
But that's it, and that's why I think I will like this because I like the flavours. Like I do like a dried fruit flavour in a beer. I like spices. I like all that. I just don't like the mince pie themselves. To the point that if somebody offered me a mince pie, I would be like, no, thank you. That is not. I don't like them. Like I would flat out be like, I don't like them, and I'd rather have that awkward interaction of admitting that I don't like them than do the polite British thing of just taking it.
See, I'm more polite British than you.
But I have tried, like in the past, I've tried to like them when it's like a variant, when they're like, oh, we've made this hazelnut mince pie. I'm like, oh, that sounds nice. And then I try, I'm like, it's still just a mince pie. Immediately, no. And then that's the thing that you like kind of try to tuck into a napkin. Because we should say as well, like mince pies, they're quite, they're small. They're at, current day, they are bite-sized sort of like little tiny baby pies. And I just am not needing it. And then you kind of tuck it in a napkin, tuck it to the side of like, maybe no one will know that I didn't eat it because then it just becomes awkward to explain that you don't like them. There you go. That's a mince pie. So I don't really have a lot to compare to. So I can only come at this from the angle of like, I quite like it or it's not for me. But I feel like the flavour combo wise, I'm expecting to like it. What about you?
Yeah, I think I'm going to like it. Like it's not got those textures in it, so I think it'll be all right. Also, we have
textures in it like that.
No. Yeah, there'll be a problem. But there won't be. There won't be because it's Elusive, and Elusive make lovely beers. I also think we've established our feelings about barley wines as well.
Yeah.
Like we have mixed feelings about barley wines, but I think this one's going to be a good one.
I think I'm going to like this one.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Should we crack this one open? Yeah,
it's all about the barley wine itself as well. Some of them like and some of them like yay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right,
let's do it. Right, so this is the fresh one, right? That we're starting with.
The black top is this year's. I also wanted to have it.
Oh, it smells nice.
Like we're doing this on a weekend because
we've got 3 barley wines here, Pete.
We've got 3 barley wines, and they are 8.5, 8.5, and 9%. I was really not about to do that on a weeknight, and then I thought, oh, Rick might want to try some of this, so I thought I can't do it on a weeknight because he won't.
It's a lovely colour.
It is. The head on mine did not last like on yours.
Oh yeah, I've got a nice kind of one finger tan head on it. Smells like those lovely Christmas spices.
It's a lovely, like, sort of like chestnutty sort of highlight.
Reddy colour. Oh, it's lovely.
Oh, it smells spices. Like you can smell, spices and
cloves, nutmeg, ginger.
All those aromas that I love.
Dried fruits. A little bit citrus. Bit caramel.
There's almost a bit of I kind of want to say like maybe not brandy specifically, but there's almost like the really subtle in the background, like the boozy element of it. And I know that you can on a mince pie do sort of like a brandy cream on top, and so like I do get that like sort of like booziness in the background, but it doesn't. It's not off-putting in a alcohol burn shop sort of like alcohol scent. It is just like blended in really nicely with the flavors, I think. I almost get a bit of like, weirdly, I feel like I almost get a bit of like maple in it.
Yeah, there's definitely something like caramel, treacly.
Caramel. I'd say caramel maybe.
Something like that in there.
All right.
Which would make sense for a barley wine. Right, you ready? We're going in? Here we go.
Yeah. Cheers.
Ooh.
Doesn't taste like 8.5%.
No, it does not.
This is a problem, actually.
That is danger juice.
That's really smooth.
So smooth. Malty.
Yeah. I need my mouth to adjust because it had all kinds of drinks last night. So
It's got that nice warming spice about it.
yeah.
Ooh.
There's a bit of like a dryness like towards the finish on it for me, and that is
Yeah.
just that makes it more moreish, which makes it more lethal because it's I feel like at least if there was if it didn't have that dry finish to it, making you want to go back in for another sip, and also it being so easy drinking, like, ooh, be interesting to see where we're at the end of this episode. We're gonna have to take this slow. We have to go down to Kokomo.
She's
Sorry, I did.
She's saying that to herself, like she's having to tell herself to go slow.
Because normally something tastes really nice like this, and then I just keep like,
it's gone.
Just have another sip, just have another sip. Ooh. And then before I know it, it's the end of the. And I like to save some for the photo. Yeah, I mean, there's probably still alcohol in my blood from last night, so that's probably not going to help. But yeah. Oh, Christmas party wise, you must have let's just quickly put a pin in this because I need to not drink this too quickly. Christmas party wise, so our Christmas party is from when we're recording this next week. That's going to be. It is a culture shock, the difference between US and UK, like Christmas parties.
Oh yeah,
in that type of culture in general. But for you, working in sort of like the beer industry, I mean, I know that my Christmas party, I'm not going there because I'm going to be having fantastic beer or anything else like that. You must be like, do you have a Christmas party? Are you going to be having, because you probably have really good beer at your Christmas party.
So we don't have an official Christmas party anymore. We do it in the summer because people are generally around a bit more. Like it's easier to get to somewhere that we want to go to because, you know, booking a Christmas
flights aren't cancelled.
You aren't stuck somewhere like as has happened to me recently. So we're doing one. We do ours in the summer, so we'll have Christmas party in the summer for the UK office. A group of us that work in the UK office are doing something just before Christmas together. I think we're going to go out. There's talk of going to a beer cellar and doing a Christmas thing at a beer cellar. What did we do last year? Was last year when we went out? And I think last year we went out and did one of those interactive games places. Like we had like interactive darts. And things like that. Yeah, it was fun. That was good. And then we went to a couple of pubs, which was nice. Yeah, that was Christmas. So we like a little group of us go out and do like a social thing. So we're going to do that. I have got next week, I've got Team Days in Germany. And there's going to be a Christmas party there. And we're actually going to do a bottle share. So we're taking some beers over to share with our German colleagues. I've picked some things, like they wanted us to pick kind of local and kind of crafty things. So I have picked one of my favourite Christmas beers that is local. I'm going to take them the Host Ale from Canterbury Ales, which is a spiced winter warmer.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I think that'll be nice. And I'm also going to take them some Gads. I'm going to take some Black Pearl, which is an oyster stout. Mainly because I think if they see oyster stout, their eyes are going to bug out of their heads. So
you know that we like to choose things that are just going to make people confused or upset because it's fun.
So that's what I'm taking for that.
It's all about the memes.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes out. So that's what's happening for me for Christmas.
Yeah, so like I'm not expecting there to be like particularly good beer or drink offerings at my Christmas party by any means. And I shouldn't really call it a Christmas party, it's a winter celebration because we just call it a Christmas party, but it's holiday period party.
Yeah.
But because it's going to be in Bristol, I've got plans to try to like before the Christmas party try to like get over to Good Chem's pub. That's the one that's closer to so the King's Head, so that's closer to where my hotel is for the night in Bristol.
Nice.
I'm contemplating. I was supposed to take the coach down with everyone else from the office, but I think I might drive down in the morning, not to go drinking, but because it means that I can set up and I can get a bunch of work done early so that I can then run over there before I start getting ready for the holiday party.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because I want to have the barrel-aged bitter on
Yes.
cask. I want that, and I want to buy some cans of that. And I feel like I don't want to cut it. We've got a coach taking us to the venue that's on the outskirts of London. That's not London, the outskirts of Bristol. That's about like, I think something like a, I don't know, 20-30 minute coach ride or something. So I don't really want to miss that coach.
Yeah.
So I'm also a bit like, well, I can drive myself down and get down there early. I can go for a cheeky beer party pint. So
I'm
not
love
expecting the company to be doing cheeky pints, but
I love that your cheeky pint is going to be a good chem one. That's amazing. That's kind of.
I mean, after we spoke
sets
to Kelly,
the
I wasn't
tone.
gonna I was just gonna get the can.
Yeah.
But then when she's like, it's on at the King's Head, I was like, well, if you're
so
gonna
jealous.
me. And I think I've roped in people from the Bristol office as well. I'm like, hey, should you, like, if I went for a cheeky pint before the Christmas party, would you go? And it's like, absolutely. And like, I think so and so would go as well. And I was like, great, we've got a group of us now. So at least that way, if I've taken people over there with me, I feel like I've kind of like recruited people into the fold, which, I mean, to be fair, the first person I asked already is into beer, goes to good chem, all that. Nice. But I feel like the more people we can like recruit into the fold, that's good. But equally, I am not going to be alone. At least if I can bad influence other people into coming with me, if we're late for the Christmas party or something that's not me on my own, it feels a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then I can get beers just going to the hotel room for like post-party fun. But yeah, there you go. That's Christmas party in the UK. But I kind of thought about it from your perspective. It's probably, I don't know, way more exciting in the beer aspect.
I mean, yeah, I suppose so.
Compared to me.
Yeah, guaranteed to have good beer, I suppose. That's not in question.
Which is arguably some of the most important stuff. So.
Yes.
This is honestly...
Yeah, it's going down too easy.
Calm down, really. And it's way too easy to drink.
I'm getting that lovely warming feeling from it. I'm like,
It is nice. I was going to say, while we're drinking, I could do fun facts, but actually, maybe we put a pin in that because we were already talking about beer advent calendars and holiday parties.
Let's go back to that.
So let's take that pin out. Like, go back to that conversation. I've seen like Brew Export, they do 24 calendar, and there was, somebody had asked in the group about like, could they do a 12 beer advent calendar and how that would look and what that would be like. And like, I think the only way, for a business, that's probably really, really hard, but I can see merit in that because I think 24 days of beers, obviously putting the money aspect aside, because obviously it can be quite expensive, like getting double the amount of cans. But like 24 beers worth of, nights worth of beers, that's got to be... Like, I do respect the people that can have that beer every night, but I really, really struggle. And I can imagine paying X amount and being like, shit, that is a lot. I kind of like the idea of because I feel like that obviously you've got proper advent calendars, but the 12 days of Christmas, like, I feel like that's a nice amount to have beers, personally.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I'm trying to think, and I don't think I ever drank every single beer on time. Any time I've had a 24 beer advent calendar. I've not had a 12 one before. But yeah, I think I mean, you could kind of do that where you kind of do it every other day. If you wanted to, or do it in the 12 days lead up, maybe. I've just found that like it just ends up adding to my stash, and my stash is sizable already. Like,
that's a very conservative way to. That's a very nice politically correct way to phrase it. It's sizable.
As long as mine is smaller than yours, I'm okay. Which it currently is.
It actually is anymore.
Oh, well, have you got through a lot of beer? Because you had a significant amount of beer more than me.
I think you think that you've got less beer than I've got, but the actuality is, I don't know if you do.
Oh, I think
they're
have.
pretty comparable. We'll find out. I'm not going to air our dirty laundry on here. I don't want to get on the naughty list. So we're not going to talk about that now. But I do have a box for you. At the moment,
I got a box for you, so it all equals out, girl. Don't you worry. Yeah, I've got a big box for you.
I've got a normal size box for you.
Oh, because I've got 2 lots because I didn't get to drop them off the last time to you.
That is true. We'll do our exchange, and I was like, do I try to? So I'm really glad because we'll talk about this in our year in review. I'm not going to see you before Christmas. This will be a whole separate episode.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could just get you your Christmas present out, or I could get you something much better in the US. I was like, let me wait till I go to the US and see what I can get you. But it will be part of a substantial delivery. And I've done some collections for you as well. So, like, I'm ordering this. Can you grab that?
You've got my
I've got your Caribbean chocolate cake.
My Caribbean chocolate cakes.
I sure do. And Rick came in and he's like, why do you have 2 boxes? And he's like,
duh, one's for Joe.
I went, one's for Joe. And he's like, are they the exact same thing? And I was like, yeah. And he's like,
I've got one each.
I just want to make sure you're not going to confuse them because the boxes are the same. I was like, well, they are the same, so it's okay.
It's fine. They're exactly the same. Yeah.
I
do walk in
with her stuff, and
like I've had 2 beer deliveries this week, and I have had to be like, some of that's for Tori. It's not all for me.
To be fair, we just on our way home from collecting the shopping, I couldn't go to the Mysterious Brew and Tap takeover at the Hive, and because it was again yesterday being at fake Christmas, we were there pretty much all day from like nearly 11 o'clock like onward, to the point that it hit 5 o'clock, and because it gets dark out so early, I was like, what time is it? We've been here for ages. And I looked at my phone, and Phelan was ready to go. Her social media was done, and I looked and I was like, oh, it's just like, it's 5:30. It's not even that late. Like, it's not even that late, because obviously we had like, I think Christmas time, we did everything like it was Christmas, where it's like you have your dinner sort of at lunchtime, and so then by the time we were all kind of like sat around, I was like, oh, I'm a bit tired now. And I looked at the time, Phelan was like, are we going? And I looked and I was like, it's 5:30. What is even going on? Because I couldn't go to that Tap takeover. Yeah. On the way back from getting groceries, we went, and Rick had to come in with me because I didn't bring my wallet. So he was like, all right, you're going to have to use my watch. Let's go. Let's do this. Okay. And then I'm like getting 2 cans, and he's like, oh, is that one for Joe? I was like, yeah, one's for Joe.
Oh,
like, it's not even come on now. Podcast. And I was like, it's just because I can't in good conscience get one for me and not get you one. And there was actually only 3 cans left. I almost bought all 3 cans, but I was like, because he was the one paying for it.
Yeah, you got to be sensible,
like,
right?
He was like, why? He's like, why are you getting 3? He's like, it's one for you, it's one for Joe. What's the third one? I was like, okay, so you maybe want to like share one with me. And he was like, I don't.
Oh,
okay, so I put it back on it. He was like, as in, like, he already knew he was going to share one. He's like, we don't need a third one. Like, we're not even going to be home. Put it back. So I was like, okay,
fine.
But yeah, I managed to get that. So that's another one added to the list to get you. So yeah,
I was exactly the same. So I found a craft beer shop in Germany, which is now going to be dangerous because it's very close to where we normally book our hotels when we go to Nuremberg.
Ooh.
And I found a pumpkin stout.
Oh yeah, when you sent me that, you were like, I got you this. I was like, woo.
Yeah, I found a pumpkin stout that's made by a brewer that's 30 kilometers from Nuremberg Old Town. He bottles it himself. He doesn't even have a labeler. It's literally like slips of paper stuck around the neck of the bottle. He makes 70.
I respect that.
Yeah, he makes 70 liters at a time. Super small batch, and they had a pumpkin stout, and I was like, oh my god, if I don't get that for me and Tori, like, I will be murdered. I was like, there's got to be 2 of those. Like, there was only 3 on the shelf, so I was like, I'm taking those 2
of mine. Were you not tempted? I was gonna say, were you not tempted to be like, all I was 3?
I was like, no, I need to leave one for somebody else. Sharing the love.
See, I would have been tempted to be like, well, there's only 3. I can't leave an odd number.
It was really interesting actually seeing what was in there, because actually they had a few like English stuff. There was Fuller's, some
so interested.
Northern Monk, Vault City, Vocation.
It's such a random it's not that it's random, but just like that.
But to see that like in Germany, I was like, oh,
in Germany, if you're like, Fuller's, and then you're like, Northern Monk,
Yeah.
Vault City.
Vault
I feel like Vault
City.
City is probably the most surprising out of all of them.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I was like, oh, they've made it a nice way. And some vocation. There's somebody else as well, and I can't remember who it was. But yeah, there was they had a decent little selection of UK stuff. I was like, oh, I'm not buying any of that because I didn't come all the way to Germany to buy English beer. But they had a section that was
if you had to make suitcase space for that,
right.
I just need to bring my Vault Cities back.
Excuse me. They had a section that was just like Nuremberg craft beer, and I was like, that's
what you got to go to, isn't it?
Yeah, I only got the pumpkin one, but I know I will be back. So
lethal. Absolutely
yeah, I was like, oh my god, this is literally like in walking distance of wherever we stay. This is, if I have a check suitcase, this is a problem.
Oh, we're taking 3 suitcases back from the US because Rick's ordered something for his car, and it's going to need another suitcase, but there's obviously still space, so he's taken up. We're sharing that 3rd suitcase, so his half is gone with the car stuff. I was like, well, I guess
there's going to be beer in there.
What's it going to be?
I nearly got your Christmas present while I was in Scotland the other day, and then I realised I couldn't because it was liquid and I couldn't check. I wasn't checking a bag. So I was like, oh. So I'm going to have to rethink that. There we go. Be something else.
I've got ideas. I've got ideas myself for you, but we'll see. We'll see when we do. We could do like a late Christmas reveal or something like that. Like Christmas gift exchange in January.
Yeah.
To fight off the post-holiday blues. But yeah, I think like in terms of what are you planning on drinking this? Do you have anything that you're really looking forward to drinking?
I do. So this is another craft beer shop in Germany purchase. This is if you're in Nuremberg, it's called Ravencraft, by the way. Great name as well, right? And I got
I do like the name.
This very little beauty. It is from Ale Mania Bonn, and it is a Riesling blonde grape ale.
Oh, yeah, right? That sounds amazing. I'm jealous because you told me about that one and I went, that sounds fucking incredible.
Yeah. I love you, but I'm not going to save it. I'm going to drink it at Christmas.
No, it's fine.
It's from 2021 as well, so it's aged a little bit. It's a blend of ale and Riesling grapes.
To be fair, the festive period, you get a break on not sharing things. Yeah. I'm sure there's going to be things.
Yeah, you're going to drink things in America that you're not going to share with me. So
I'm not going to be able. to take it back because it will be stuff that's like, oh, my sister's bought for me and she's bought like a can of it or something like that, or it's something that they have that I'm going to need to I'm going to try one of theirs.
Yeah.
So it's fine. No holds barred. You got to do what you got to do. But that does sound incredible.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about this.
The wine itself. I like Rieslings as like a
same.
Wine. So I had a Riesling last night. I'm just a Riesling fan.
And so I literally saw this and I was like, it was me and Dan from work, and I was like, and he's like, that looks amazing, and I was like, I am buying it. It's happening. I've got it. I'm taking it.
And I love the idea that you went,
it's fine.
Buying
it's fine. I'm doing it. And like the guy from the shop came in, and it was one of those really fun, like one of those usual times where like he kind of like Dan was looking at it, and the guy came over and he's like, oh, that's a grape ale. Do you know stuff about grape ale? And Dan was like, I know a little bit about beer. She knows everything about beer. And he was like, oh, so I was like, yeah, I know a grape ale. And he's like, oh, so it's this. And then he got into like really telling me all about it, and I'm like, sold. Like, I'm buying it.
I try a grape ale.
I think you'll also really appreciate this label. Look, I can't decide whether it's a fox or a wolf, but there's like on the label there's like a fox or a wolf like chasing hops.
I like that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good in.
Thought you'd like that. So I'm going to drink that over Christmas. We've talked about this one before, and I just purchased it the other day because I was like, you know what, this is what I want. I've got the Leafman's Glue Creek.
Okay.
Which is like it's a cherry beer. You can heat it up and do it like mulled wine, but with the creek. But I just like drinking it straight out of the bowl.
Do you reckon though, like, because it's quite like it's not a tiny bottle.
No, it's a 750 ml.
Yeah, so like for one person, so you could like heat some of it up.
Yeah, that's what I did the last time I had it. to try it, see what I thought, and I was like, yeah, it's okay. Maybe I'll try it with actually like spices and stuff in it this time. Like, it is a little bit
in it or something.
It is a little bit spiced already, but yeah, maybe I'll do like a proper mulling. Like, get some orange slices in there.
Yeah, orange peel.
Do a little bit of that. I might do that as well. But I can just sit and drink an entire bottle of this to myself. Like, what ABV is it? It's only 6%.
Sometimes I do think like, I've got some 750ml bottles, and I'm like, I could easily drink this to my face.
Just topping your glass up as you're sitting there. Like, you're just sitting there. It's after Christmas dinner.
It's like wine.
It's the afternoon. You're just kind of hanging out, watching some silliness on the TV, and you just kind of keep filling up your glass, and then suddenly it's empty, and you're like, oh, whoops.
Here's the real question. So based on everyone I've had a conversation with between work and family and everything else.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, is that a Christmas film to you?
No.
Not in the sense of, is it a Christmas film, but like, do you associate Harry Potter and Christmas?
No,
because I don't either, and everyone seems to be like, it is the Christmas film, and I'm like, but
no, it's not.
Okay,
like, there are scenes that happen around Christmas because we get the whole year, but I don't know. It's not a Christmas movie. Also, the films are rubbish. Please read the books.
Well, thank you, because I mean,
but also, let's not give money to J.K. Rowling because she's a chef.
I don't like
Sorry,
the books
political
either.
there.
I don't like the books either. I've never been a fan. Like, for me, it's just not. I was the appropriate age when they came out. I tried to read it, and I was like, not for me, thanks, no, thank you. And then the films. I guess I like the films better than the books, but like mildly. I'm just not a Harry Potter person. I'm not judging Harry Potter people. Like, whatever, do what you got to do. It's not for me. But like, I don't even think that people go, oh, it's Harry Potter and that's a Christmas film, but it seems to be so synonymous with like Christmas, of like, it's Christmas,
nah,
it's time to marathon the Harry Potter films. And I'm like,
if you're going to marathon a set of movies, do Lord of the Rings.
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to marathon any of them because I don't really want to sit there and marathon any of those films, really.
I have done Lord of the Rings. I did me and my mum did the extended cut of all three. Oh, that's a whole day job. Like, you got to settle into that. Yeah. You got to plan, because you need to have like food breaks and wee breaks, like, planned out. It was a good time.
I can watch them like back to back, like that's okay. But I probably wouldn't want to watch them like I could watch one night, one another. But even then, I just don't.
I wouldn't do it for Christmas. I don't think I'd do it for Christmas though, because it's like, you got to prepare. Like, this isn't just like for Christmas. You don't want to, like, you don't need that stress, right? You just want like Doctor Who on the telly.
I was going to say, with that being said, like, I don't really know, because I'm very different, like, not growing up British. I don't really know these things. I thought that was bizarre of like the. Yeah, no, I thought it was me, but thank you for validating that it's not me. That's fine.
No.
But what is your go-to? Like, do you have a Christmas tradition of things? So like Halloween for me, always Hocus Pocus.
Oh yeah.
Christmas, my family has a Christmas film tradition. Do you have like a Christmas film tradition, like every year, or show or something like every year that is what you rewatch?
So here's this thing, right? I love a Christmas tradition. Gordon hates it. So it's actually quite difficult.
All Christmas traditions.
All Christmas traditions. Yeah. Or... No, okay. Yeah, hates it. So I found it very difficult.
Got a Lego Christmas tree. Rick wants to start a Christmas tradition of we build the Lego tree together.
That's so like, fun. Okay, I love that. Yeah, no, Gordon hates it. So, so I found it quite difficult to have Christmas traditions since we've been together. My favourite Christmas film is The Santa Claus.
Okay.
Or A Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a banger. Yeah. Everyone likes that one.
Yeah.
I feel like that's universal. Everyone can get behind a Muppet Christmas Carol.
We are now in the period. I mean, I've not been feeling very Christmassy because I've been here, there, and everywhere. So this may not happen this year. But I usually play my Christmas playlist. And it's not Christmas until I play Santa Claus's Pagan 2.
I've not heard that one. I'll have to give that one a listen.
Yeah, please look that up. Santa Claus's Pagan 2 is my favourite Christmas song. Of course, I am pagan, so therefore, actually, my favourite day is Yule, which is the 21st of December. And I for Yule, I always do like an early roast dinner. So we'll have
nice.
Gammon. I'll do like we'll have roast potatoes and all the veg and the gravy and all of that. We'll have that for dinner on the 21st. Although I have just informed Gordon, because I'm doing a sneaky little solo trip up to York that week.
Ooh.
And I'm coming back on the 21st. So Gordon's got to put the gammon in the slow cooker. So I'm having to leave him detailed instructions on how to do that. It's really not difficult. You just put it in and turn it on. But I need to give him...
Can you put it all in the slow cooker and put that in the fridge?
No, because I'm leaving on the 18th. So
that's too long.
That's so he's long. And I've already bought the gammon. It's in the freezer. So I'm like, I need you to get the gammon out at this time to defrost it, put it in the fridge, then put it in the slow cooker. He'll be fine. I've just got to leave him instructions. But yeah, so my traditions are more... I've kind of got overall Christmas traditions. The Christmas decorations should go up the first weekend, like in December. That's not happened because I haven't been here. And the first weekend in December, I was stuck in Munich because of snow, so that didn't happen. I had a plan to arrive home, and then the next day I was going to put the Christmas decorations up, and I was still working out how I was going to get home that day. So
best laid plans,
you know,
all that.
So that hasn't happened. And then I thought I'd do it this weekend, and I've run out of time again, so it might happen Monday night. We'll see. We've moved the Christmas tree from upstairs to downstairs, so you know, progress is being made.
baby step. Yeah, baby step.
Then we have to play at some point. I will play Santa Claus is Pagan 2, and then Christmas. There's nothing really specific that we always watch. I mean, we'll see what's on. There's usually some sort of good British comedy on that we'll tune into. You know, thinking along the lines of like Only Fools and Horses or Not Going Out or Mrs. Brown's Boys, something like that. We'll watch something like that. I'd like to catch Doctor Who, but I'm very behind with Doctor Who, so I'll probably not do it so that I can catch up, because I'm very, very behind. I'm still catching up on Jodie Whittaker. But we have kind of started a tradition where me, my brother and my nephew will play a game of some sort for most of the day. Okay. My nephew is now old enough, we think, for Cards Against Humanity. So
I love it. Like, we think. He's old enough, we think.
Yeah. We've discussed it. We've decided that it is now appropriate for him to be able to play Cards Against Humanity. So that may well be what comes out. Although we played Brewery Monopoly. I think it's Brewopoly, actually.
Oh, right, okay.
Last year, and I think he might prefer to play that.
Fair.
So we might get that out instead. I've also got Uno, so we have options.
There's always Uno. When all else fails, there's always Uno.
Right, exactly. And we're diehard Uno players, so yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah, so my family, US wise, like, we always watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation every year since I was.
I feel like that's very American.
That is Christmas.
Yeah, like,
it's not Christmas if you're not watching that, and so I kind of make Rick watch that when we're not here. Like, I always put it on at some point, even if it's like we're here. I guess it's not so much Christmas, but like post Christmas going into the new year, like when it's we save watching Big Fat Quiz, and we
you got to watch Big Fat Quiz, haven't you? Yeah,
we watch Big Fat Quiz on New Year's. If it was up to us, we probably would just, like, for Christmas, we probably would just do like party food in our pajamas all day, play games, just like be lazy, just drink, eat everything, and watch Christmas Vacation, watch like, I don't know, that kind of Muppet Christmas carols, definitely like kind of on that list of stuff. In the US, when I still lived in the US, like, we would decorate the tree. My sister and I, one of my sisters and I, would put on when we'd help my mum decorate her tree, we'd put on like a South Park Christmas album.
Yes, my mum used to say if she didn't hear Mr. Hanky the Christmas Poo, then it wasn't Christmas.
Like Swiss Colony Beef Log was like.
Those are in my Christmas playlist.
Swiss Colony Beef. Yeah.
No,
so I'm controversially, I'm not really like a Christmas music person. So like, I don't really like Christmas music. I hate the Christmas shopping season. I am sort of like a bar humbug in that sense. I've been better about Christmas since moving to the UK because it's just different vibes overall. But I think, like, for me, the Christmas side of it, I'm like, I don't really like music. I have a handful of things that I like, and I feel like the South Park Christmas album is one of those albums which is like probably not the best, but it's like, it's got that. You've got to play it though. And Swiss Colony Beef Log, absolutely.
Can you explain to me what a Swiss Colony Beef Log is?
I literally don't know.
You don't know
I
either.
literally do not know. I don't know. I just know that it very much sounds American. I've never encountered this. I'm gonna go. Let me Google.
You Google it because I'm like, I've always wondered what one is. I assumed it was something
all that comes up is
very
Swiss
American.
Colony beef logs, South Park. Like, I don't know. It's okay. I've googled it. It looks like it's a salami.
Okay.
It's a beef log, summer sausage. And
Summer
it's the
sausage.
Swiss Colony. So the Swiss Colony, I guess,
is that the maker?
A company that
family
owned since 1926.
Oh.
The Swiss Colony only conducts business in the USA and uses cookies. Oh, that's good. Yeah, they only ship to USA and US territories. The one that happened to come up, the original beef log, it looks like it's just a salami. So it just says beef log, summer sausage.
Okay.
I thought it was, I don't know, like, it's not something that's ever been like big and popular. They've got the five sausage gift set.
Ooh,
that's a big
goodness.
one. You've got garlic flavored summer sausage, beef log, summer sausage. Yeah, 2 summer sausages, 2 beef logs, and a garlic flavored summer sausage.
Ooh,
so there we go.
There you go.
Yeah, you got your wild game meat sticks, because nothing sounds more appealing than
a
wild
meat
game meat
stick.
stick.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a jalapeno summer sausage. It's all kicking off at Swiss Colony.
Okay.
So yeah, like, did you want me to give you an in-depth talk about what a Swiss Colony beef log is? I haven't a fucking Scooby. I just know that apparently it's a sausage of some sort. It's a sausage of some sort, like chorizo-y. I don't know.
Have you not got like a pop punk Christmas playlist?
I do have some. So I have some like pop punk covers. So I do have like.
I was going to say that would be your kind of thing.
Yeah. So I've got pop punk Christmas covers, punk covers, rock covers, all that. I've got like indie music. Like I do like a bit indie folky type music. So I've got a musician called Sufjan Stevens. He did a whole Christmas album. So I've got some of that in that playlist. I've got it's funny, it's like Wizard I absolutely hate. Because let me tell you for why.
Okay.
Because Rick played it on repeat. He just kept hitting it on the playlist
why?
over and over again. I don't know, because he thought it was funny because I was like getting more and more infuriated by it. So then he'd put it on. And this was like years ago. And ever since then I'm like, I don't want the snowman to bring the snow. The snowman right off. Like, I hate it.
That makes me really sad.
But I do, and like Mariah Carey don't need that. I don't need Mariah Carey. I'm good.
Mariah Carey gives me cruise ship flashbacks. Like I get PTSD from Mariah, because it was always in every Christmas show I ever did. That was always in there. Always.
I can imagine that's a lot. I think I like some of the ones that I like, or I don't know, like the John Lennon Christmas one or whatever. Like, it's like those type of ones. I'm like, okay, there's a few of those that I like, but overall, I've got a limited capacity. Like we have it on the office. I'm like, I don't need Christmas music all the time. I don't need to go into a shop and hear Christmas music. I want to hear it when I'm doing festive things.
Yeah.
And then I want to move on from it and not listen to it again.
Okay.
It's just, it's too much. But that's my unpopular opinion. But anyways, people are not listening to us talk about anything that's not beer. And we've spent 40 minutes waffling on about everything that doesn't really have to do with beer. Should we go to our next?
Let's go to the next one. I do have one final thing though. How do you feel about being whammed?
I'm not gonna lie to you, Joe. I don't even notice if I like.
Do you not?
Do I participate in Whamageddon? Sure, because I don't because I just don't care. Like, I'll participate in Whamageddon because I don't want to listen to Christmas music. So, like, do I notice when it's come? I've probably already been whammed. I do not know, because I've tuned it out, because I've just put on like festive chill hop instead. That is what I've chosen to do. How about you? How do you feel about it?
I love a bit of Whamageddon.
Do you get all right?
I do all right. Like, because I'm always like, I'm going to get out really early, and then if I feel like I'm doing okay, I get really annoyed when I then get whammed. I've been whammed by like Sarah Cox on Radio 2. Like, turn my car on, it comes on, I'm like, ah. But I love a bit of wham, so it is a problem.
I just don't like. That's not even a song I enjoy personally. So
you don't enjoy Last Christmas?
No, it's easy to tune it out.
Oh no,
I know that's. Not a popular opinion.
I'm very, and this is UK nostalgia right now. Like, I love a bit of those 70s and 80s classic Christmas songs. Like, I'm a glam rock girl at heart, So I love me some Wizard and some Slade. Like, Noddy Holder is my dude.
I think Slade.
Like,
I
come
think
on.
I like Slade. I think Slade is that one is one I think I like. I just don't like Wizard, and I just think Whamageddon. I just don't care.
No, I love it.
Care.
80s
I think like the one thing
70s, so
thing I
good.
feel like I have any sort of like any passion about is like when it comes to just like picking out the box of chocolate. Like if we're talking about UK traditions, it's like picking out what the box of chocolate. I care more about the food.
What's your go-to chocolate box then?
Well, it's really hard because I think I like celebrations because that just has the most amount of stuff that I'll eat. I don't like this thing of like, don't pick this color, and then they've put two colors that are very similar. Or you're like, what even is this one? Like, what is the purple one? Like, I don't know.
It's got hazelnut in it.
Okay, but they'll just be like, oh, it's the green one. And you're like, what is the green one?
Don't eat the green one.
I don't know what the green one is. I don't know what the green one is. And there's two green ones. You have a triangle one and you have a different green one.
Well,
the green one.
The green one is the triangle one.
But I don't know. Don't put two greens in a box. How about that? Let's pick more colours.
So back in the day, so this is a whole thing, right? So back in the day, roses used to be the best, I would say, but we always had roses and a Quality Street. Then they started bringing in celebrations, and then they brought out heroes, and it was like, ooh. Then they changed roses for the worst. They very upset me when they changed roses. Like, the strawberry cream has never been the same. I'm not happy about it. And yeah, so we usually end up with some Quality Street because my brother really likes toffee pennies, but I would probably go for celebrations nowadays.
Look, if it's up to me, like we had everyone round ours last year for Christmas Eve, I bought a box of all of them because I went, you know what, I'm going to cater to everyone.
Well, it used to be.
So I'm going to sell a kidney and I'll just have them all. It's fine.
So it worked out quite well. Back in the day when Woolworths was still open, they used to have pick a mix and they'd have each of the individual ones out of the boxes. So you could just go and get a mixture of the ones that you wanted and have a mix of everything, but you just bought how much you wanted. That was genius. But then Woolworths doesn't exist anymore. So
I just get the tins of all. I just get one of each or box of each. I wait till they're on so Christmas much chocolate offer, and then I just buy them all. And then, like, you know what? I just pick on it for the rest of the year. It comes out at New Year's. Maybe it goes into the office for a bit for other people to eat because I'm not going to eat.
See, I can't buy that much chocolate because Gordon will eat it all. He has no self-control. He's not like Rick. Like.
Yeah, there's two extremes.
Yes,
they are the two extremes.
Mine can't stop eating. Yours is like, why did you buy that?
Yeah, pretty much. But what I'm most looking forward to is we did get some Lindt chocolate in Japan at the Lindt store. That was like specific theme, and it was like we got like the Christmas ones that you really kind of can't get over here, or it's like harder to get over here.
Yeah.
So we did get, and that was pick and mix. So we kind of got one of each. And
that is fancy.
So we got one of each, and it's just like one of the truffles.
Yeah.
It's like we're going to share that. Like,
what, one truffle?
Yeah, like one truffle because he didn't want to buy two of each. So
they're like the little round balls, right?
Yep.
What, you're going to bite it in half and give him the other half?
Yep, sure am.
Your husband.
Maybe we'll cut it in half. I don't know. But it's like, oh, we don't need all of those. I just want to know what it tastes like. Okay.
Eat one of your own then.
But because we can't, one of us can't have the other person because then it's FOMO.
Right.
But then we got to buy two of everything, which then is like, well, now we spent however much. So it's like, don't. All right, let's just open this next.
Anyway,
no one wants
to
tip me. No one wants to. People want to hear about Elusive. They don't. Let's focus on Elusive now. They want to hear about me.
Funny. Right, so this has been barrel aged in Heaven Hill barrels, right?
Well, this one's got a much better head on it, but it looks the exact same. But
it looks the same.
My head's held better, slightly. Ooh. I think you can. The spices for me are less pronounced in this one from the aroma, but you do still get dried fruit in it. But it's like, for me, the dried fruit is like amped up, and it does. You can sort of smell that sort of like that it has been. You can kind of tell that it's been barrel aged.
Yeah, I can smell that kind of vanillin.
I was gonna say vanilla
stuff.
Very heavily vanilla.
Yeah. The bourbon. It smells nice.
Oh, it does smell really nice, yeah. All right, should we have a sip?
Yeah. Cheers.
Mm.
Equally as smooth.
Yeah, you really get a lot of the very smooth. Definitely more, like you said, there is more of a boozy. For me, there's more of a boozy warmth to this, but the vanilla is very pronounced in it, and it's more bourbon for me. And I think you don't get as much of the spices per se, and it doesn't have as much of a dry finish, but it's very enjoyable in a different way.
It's so smooth.
It's just as easy drinking. Does not take 8.5%.
Like I sometimes struggle with like bourbon barrel aged things because they can be like very heavy, and I like it, but I wouldn't want a lot of it. But this one is so smooth. Oh my goodness!
I'm so glad I've got another can of both of these. Because I bought some because I thought I'll take it to the US so that my family can try that as well. I mean, do I think that, like, from either of these, do I think that that's like, am I getting like heavy mince pie specific vibes? I don't know if I am, but then I'm not the right person to ask because I am not a mince pie person. But that's actually probably why I very much enjoy them. But I think on the first one I could get the spice combinations. On this one, I don't know if I get that same like type of mince pie combination, but I really enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's very Christmassy.
It's very Christmassy. It is definitely Christmassy. It is. I think I get more of like the brandy cream type.
Yes.
To it as opposed to the spice notes, but yeah, I really like this. Ooh. Do you want some fun facts about mince pies?
Yes, please.
Because I just thought, give
you
some fun facts on that. So we've done I think we talked about Barleywines.
Yeah, we've talked about Barleywines. We've got
probably a whole separate Barleywines episode.
We've got a Barleywine episode, and we've got a not Barleywines episode, which looks at wheat wine, rye wine. What else do we have? We had something else as well. Can't remember, but go and check those out. I'll put the links in the show notes. Go and if you want to know more about Barleywine, learn a little bit about it, go and check those episodes out.
Yeah, but what we don't have is a mince pie episode, so here you go.
Here we go.
So let me give you some fun facts. I don't have too many, but we'll see. So mince pie dates back to the 13th century, and it originally included meat, like actually genuinely. So like at the moment, it's a bit of a challenge thing because there's suet, which is kind of used in it, but that is sort of like raw, hard fat of beef, lamb, mutton. It's like the area that's found around the loins and the kidneys, but that is also used in pastry production. So, which I actually didn't know. So I thought that was so. What I'm guessing as a person that didn't actually look too much into it, was that's kind of like in essence, like kind of when you use lard to make sort of some of the pastry element of it. So I'm guessing when suet is used, it's probably more in like a lard capacity for the short crust like pastry, as opposed to cutting it up and putting it in, or you cut it up and put it in, but it will have that similar effect as lard.
That was a Christmassy thing that we always used to have. We used to have suet pudding. So it's like a steamed pudding made with suet, and it would have like meat inside it. Yeah. My mum used to love it. My grandparents liked it.
That sounds horrific.
I didn't like it. But it's something my mum used to. Yeah, my mum used to like it. But yeah, suet pudding. It's like a steamed pudding.
If you've ever had suet pudding, let us know what you think of it, because that is, are you team yes, a thumbs up, thumbs down? I think I'm thumbs down on that. I don't even want to try that. Like, if you told me, I'd be like, no, not the one. No judgment, but it's not for me. But yeah, like traditionally back in the 13th century, they would have actual meat in it along with the fruits and the spices. But the recipe sort of evolved over time as things changed, and it just became a sweeter filling. So that's why you kind of have the filling you've got now. So that's my first fun fact. Did you know that there was, and I thought this was really funny because I didn't know. I always thought there was real meat in it, and people were like, "No, you idiot! There's absolutely
no one ever really explained to me that.
Did you know that historically?
No, I didn't know that, but it makes sense because like they used to, because they didn't necessarily have fridges and things. Refrigeration wasn't a thing, so you used to have like they keep meat in barrels, and then they just like keep adding spices in to mask the rot. So it's not a surprise that there was a bit of meat in there with some fruits and spices to make it taste a bit better.
Oh, grim. Let's moving on because that's making me ill. I don't think it's last night's drinks. I think it is that, specifically the idea of that, the fact that you like to mask the rot.
Yeah, because like it used to just go off, so they'd be like, well, we're not going to waste it. Add some stuff to it to cover it up.
That's the thing of like, you know how I've always kind of said, oh, it'll be really fun to have a sort of like immersive experience where you're kind of like, oh, I'm going to go and drink this in a historically accurate way, or I don't want to eat the food in a historically accurate way.
No,
I'm good. That can be left out of the theme. Second fun fact. So mince pies were initially known as Christmas pies, but it's spelled P-Y-E-S in medieval times, and they were shaped like cribs or like basically just ovals. Like they were bigger in size than they are now. They weren't like the handheld, for lack of a better way to describe it. They were bigger pies, oval shape, and this was to symbolise the manger in a nativity scene. I didn't know about that. But
no.
That was interesting. Christmas celebrations, which included the consumption of mince pies, was banned during the English Civil War in the 17th century. Thank you, Oliver Cromwell and the Puritans. So
bloody Oliver Cromwell, he stopped all the fun stuff.
And that's it. So what's funny is actually like mince pies themselves were not actually outlawed. Like they weren't outlawed. Yeah. It wasn't illegal to have a mince pie.
It's just a good time, so he wasn't having it.
Unless you were doing it in a Christmas feasting capacity, then it's illegal because you couldn't do that as part of like these Christmas festivities. So, but in general, even outside of this, like outside of those festivities when it was legal, they were still condemned by the Puritans because the Puritans associated mince pies with decadence and excess.
Oh, so hard eye roll. This is why we kicked the Puritans out and sent them your way.
Saying. There you go. Then they
were boring.
The ban was lifted when the monarchy was restored in 1660. So
yay!
Mince pies for all, excess for all, gluttony. Let's do this.
Gluttony and decadence. Thank you.
Gluttony and decadence.
Bugger off to America and don't come back.
Honestly, opulence. There we go. So next fun fact: in Victorian times, it was considered that it would bring good luck in the next 12 months if you ate a mince pie on each of the 12 days of Christmas, which is why I thought that was like when I said the 12-day advent calendar, the 12 days of Christmas, like back in the day, I think it was, from what I understand, 12 days of Christmas as opposed to 24 days of Christmas was sort of more what was sort of like celebrated. And having a mince pie on every single one of those 12 days was meant to bring good luck for the next 12 months. So would you have a mince pie if you knew it would bring you luck for the next 12 months? Would you have one mince pie every day for 12 days?
No.
Would you just be like, I'll chance it?
I'll chance it, mate. I'll chance it. Would I have a mince pie barleywine every day for 12 days? Maybe.
That's a technicality, isn't it? They don't say. They just say have a mince pie every day. They don't say have a mince pie specifically in food form. They didn't say it can be liquid. This one it says mince pie on it. There we go. Do you want to know about the largest mince pie baked in the world?
Of course.
It's baked in London, 1932. Do you want to guess sizes?
1932?
1932. Do you want to guess sizes?
Oh, no, because I can't even visualise it.
So it measured 5 feet in diameter, which is 1.52 metres, and it was presented as a gift to King George V. So that's nearly, I'm 5'4", so it's nearly...
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm 5'3", so it's nearly me. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of mince pie.
Nearly my diameter, so yeah, there we go.
I wouldn't have wanted to eat that.
I wouldn't either. Can you imagine can you imagine if he didn't like mince pies either? Like, can you imagine if he was like, well,
I feel like if you're a royal, basically, you have to like mince pies.
No, but that's it. It's like he was like, I'm the king. I can't just not like it. So he's like, secretly, he's like, I don't like it. And then he's like,
gift it to the staff.
The country.
It's fine.
I'm doing it to the country, and he's expected to eat it because he can't just say I don't like it. Like, can you imagine? You're like, yeah, I love it.
I suspect they eat a lot of things that they don't like, though, like for diplomatic reasons.
100%. Would you do that? That's a good question. Do you think that you could handle being a diplomat in the sense of like you have to like they tell you got you a 5 foot in diameter mince pie? Don't you just love it? Are you just so excited and you have to pretend that you're really happy to receive that?
No,
and eat
I couldn't do it.
You probably had to have at least one bite of that.
Yeah. No. I feel like I just couldn't school my face, right? Like
you'd be like, I love it so much. It's great.
Right? Like there are moments nowadays where I'm just like, school your face, Joanne. Don't let them see what you're really thinking. I don't think I could do it.
Oh, I'm bad at that. My face doesn't because I'm not good at
your
lying.
Your face is
so
really bad. Everything shows on your face.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. Okay, last fun fact. Competitive eater Michelle Lesko set the record in 2017. Do you want to guess how many mince pies she ate in 10 minutes?
In 10 minutes?
Yeah.
72.
48 mince pies in 10 minutes. And
I overshot by a lot there.
You overshot, but that's fine. I actually liked your optimism. 48 mince pies in 10 minutes during the World Mince Pie Eating Championship in the UK.
Okay. Who knew that was a thing?
I certainly did not. But there you go. And I'm not even sure if like the world record is how many pies you can eat in 10 minutes or the most amount of mince pies eaten full stop in one sitting, and it just happened to be 10 minutes. It didn't tell me that detail. It just said that's the record.
So if you want to attempt this world record, please go and like look up the actual regulations of it before you attempt it. Because we may not have made those clear. Yeah, we may not have made these clear.
I certainly won't be beating it by any stretch of the imagination, but there you go. Ooh, out of the two, I really think this barrel-aged one is really doing it for me.
Yeah.
Arguably too much so. 8.5%. This is effing lethal. And I would love to have this like fresh off of a tap, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. It is very easy drinking considering that it's a barley wine, it's barrel aged, it's 8.5%. Like this, my dears, is lethal.
It's it is
danger juice. Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
If we want to talk about lethal, should we do that? So I've got the top terrible Christmas cracker jokes for you. But before we get to that, should we see how this can from last year, which was 9% at the time, of like that one? Obviously, they changed. It's obviously changed slightly this year. So do we want to see what the 9% original one from last year?
Yes, I would like to do that. Let's do it.
All right. And people will probably be like, I can't believe that you spent most of this episode just talking shit about your Christmas festivities.
We absolutely did.
But like, that's what the holiday period is for, isn't it? It's just to relax and just chat, just chilling shit, isn't it?
I mean, seriously, people, if you're listening to us for, hard hitting things.
We do some hard hitting
stuff.
We
do some stuff.
You know when it's going to be a hard hitting thing.
We let you know. But really, you come here to listen to two mates have a chat about beer, and you know you love it. You know you love it.
I love your presumptions. You know you love it.
I've been told that people love it. They've told me, so I have it on good authority.
Hopefully they like this topic because there is a lot of that, and hopefully they're doing a lot of loving it. But yeah, there we go.
I think they look the same.
They do look the same for sure.
Consistency.
I was just having a look at it. They do. Just
pouring a bit more of the new one.
The only reason I could tell the difference in terms of the label even is like obviously minus some of the dates on it.
It's the colour of the can, right?
The colour of the can. So the barrel aged one is a black can with a gold top. The normal one is a black can with a black top, and last year's is a silver can with a silver top.
I think you're getting more of the spices in the old one. I think they've developed a little bit over time.
I think I get ginger mostly.
Yes.
Ginger is the heaviest one, but I also still get that boozy undertone in it.
Yeah.
I think there's less full. I don't want to say because it's not that, but less fullness in the spices in the sense of there's less variety of spices coming through. For me, in the aroma, it is mainly the ginger, but I am getting a lot of like still that subtle boozy undertone in it, and it still smells nice.
It still smells good, yeah. We're still in date. End of December 2023 is when it goes out of date, so we're still in date. Okay,
so we're still in date. I do think there's you are getting that dried fruit sweetness in it as well. There is a sweetness to it.
Yeah.
I like that. That's nice. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh. Ooh, that's interesting. The dried fruit is heavier in this, I think. I almost get cranberry. It's almost like a cranberry, like quite heavily. I don't know if this is intended or not, or if it's just how things have mixed, but I think it's probably the candied orange. So on the label, it is it says decadent notes of candied orange and caramel. So I actually think that it is that candied orange that's almost coming across as a little bit like cranberry element. And
I was going to say, because it says there's orange and lemon in it. Both have got orange and lemon in it, but I'm really getting like the orange and the lemon in this one.
I'm getting more orange than lemon for sure. I'm getting orange and cranberry, which is what I think it's like candied orange is bringing about those.
I think it's thinned out a little bit compared to the fresher one.
Hang on, let me try. Hold on, just a one. I almost get like, weirdly, towards the back, so like that, the lingering taste afterwards almost was like reminiscent of a bit of like almost smoky, maybe like tobacco element to it. But I don't know if that's because I've just been drinking all around the glasses. And I think it's smoothed out maybe slightly, but I actually don't think for me, I don't notice a massive difference between that. I think it's just the dried fruit is more pronounced on the older can, and the variety of spices is more pronounced on the newer can for me.
I think I get more of that caramel and maltiness in the new one, and the old one I'm getting that kind of there's almost a slight tartness and orangey, lemon, cranberry. I like it,
but equally festive and equally interesting.
Oh yeah,
if you've got a can from last year, bust it out.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It really works.
I think it'd be really
works with this.
I think it'd be really good in gravy.
I've never tried putting beer in gravy before. How's that worked?
I've not done it. I've not done it, but I think it would be good. Like, because I've made cranberry gravy, because I've done gravy and added cranberries before. I reckon you add a bit of this in. I think it just elevate it a little bit. Get a bit of booze in there. Nice.
Whereas I think the new one had this dryness towards the back end. This has like just at the very end of the sip towards like the after, sort of like the lingering after a bit. There's a bit of like there's more bitterness to this, I think, than the others. But because of how the flavors have shifted, I feel like it works really, really well with it.
Yeah, I like
and
it's not unpleasant.
It still gives me festive vibes.
Yeah, I really like it.
I'm enjoying it. I do think that it doesn't taste 9%, but it certainly tastes boozier than the other two.
Yeah,
even the barrel-aged one, like it tastes boozier than like the aged one, the barrel-aged one. But yeah, really enjoyable.
Oof. As someone that, barley wines aren't my favourite. Barley wines are not for life for me, sorry. Barley wine is not life for me. But I've enjoyed these.
Barley wines. I should have worn my Barley Wines Are Life t-shirt, but I didn't think about that.
These are very pleasant. I've enjoyed. This has been a lovely afternoon.
It has been really good. So do you want to, so we can end it on a bit of a fun one? Although what I will say is the one beer that I'm looking forward to, because I didn't say this earlier.
Oh, yeah.
The one beer I am looking forward to for Christmas, besides these ones were the ones that I was actually genuinely looking forward to the most. Other than that, it's another Elusive one, which is Lay All Your Glog on Me. It's their collab with Signature Brew Co. And it was red ale, but they've got some like spices in it. And it is splendid. I'm taking one to the US for my family to try because I want to have it again at Christmas. It was.
I did have Glühwein while I was in Germany.
Ooh.
We were gonna, because when you're in Nuremberg and it's Christmas, like they've just got little like huts on the street selling Glühwein. But my colleagues,
we tried to replicate it here, and it's not the same.
It's not the same. Our colleagues went, "Oh no, there's this place we should go to." So they took us, and they took us into this building, and we went up some steps, and there was like lit up twigs, like you know what I mean when I say like lit up twigs, like on the sides and things. And me and my colleague Dan looked at each other, and I was like, "This looks like a club I used to go to when I was at uni." Like, I feel like we're going to be the oldest people in the room when we go upstairs. And so we got there, and it was on a roof that they'd kind of put like a canopy over. and there was like bark on the floor, and then
casual.
tables made out of like the tables were like just massive logs, and then there was some like heaters, and then you could just get Glühwein. It was really good Glühwein, but I was just like, Dan looked around the room and was like,
they've really committed to that theme.
Yeah, it was like,
I was just all in.
Dan was like, I think I'm the oldest person in the room. And I laughed, and he was like, you can laugh because that means you're the second oldest. And I had some choice words for him.
Rude.
Rude. But it felt like a club I would have gone to when I was in uni. It was very interesting. And they just had they had some cocktails and stuff on, but they were mostly just selling
that's not where you're going there. That's not where you're going to.
No.
You know, you're not going to a room where there's bark on the floor and it's a log table to go and have cocktails, are you?
You're there for Glühwein.
With some
Glühwein. Tin cups. It was an experience that I enjoyed, that our colleagues shared with us.
Well, fair enough. That does sound like an experience.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you, but before we leave, I'm going to hit you with the top 5 worst Christmas cracker jokes that I could find on the internet.
Christmas cracker jokes.
Because there were Christmas cracker jokes that did not make sense, that were terrible, but they were just terrible. They weren't like dad joke terrible.
They've got to be just doesn't make sense. They've got to be so bad they're good.
Well, it was like one of them was like, why did the Christmas tree need therapy? And it was like, because it had too many issues. And I was like, what?
That doesn't make any sense.
There was a longer version I was like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. And then there was a longer version that came up that was like, had too many issues with its family roots. And I was like, that's too deep.
That's no.
So that one just hits different. I was like, I'm not sure that's like really that's not like funny. A good joke.
No.
So I picked the top 5 worst ones that I could find that made sense. Okay. So I thought we could end on those because that would be like a positive, ridiculous way to end things. Okay, so why did Santa go to music school?
I don't know. Why did Santa go to music school?
Because he wanted to improve his rapping skills.
I've not heard that one. That was really good.
Well, there you go. That's a good one.
That's a good one. I like silly jokes.
This one,
though.
I particularly like this one because this one makes me chuckle. This one. What do you call a snowman with a 6-pack?
I don't know. What do you call a snowman with a 6-pack?
An abdominal snowman.
An abdominal snowman.
That was a good one, right?
Yeah, these are good.
That one's not my absolute favourite one. I saved for last because that one hits so different. Number 3. How does a snowman get around?
I don't know. How does a snowman get around?
By riding his icicle.
Your little giggle.
It's like a bicycle, but
yes,
it's not.
Yes. I got it.
I wanted to check. Just wanted to make sure everyone's checking in on that one. In case anyone's sat there going, "What does that mean?" There you go. This one, I don't know why. This one, I feel I empathise for this one.
Okay.
Why did Santa's helpers see the doctor?
I don't know. Why did Santa's helpers see the doctor?
Because he had low self-esteem.
Oh.
Just wanted to help him.
Yeah. With his self-esteem.
I really connected with him on that one.
Yeah.
And the last one, my favourite one. What do you call a snowman with a sunburn?
I don't know. What do you call a snowman with a sunburn?
A puddle.
I love a silly joke.
That one is just the dumbest. I love it.
So dumb.
I read that and I laughed out loud and I went, well, that's not terrible. That's great. So I put that one in there. So there you go.
Please, listeners, give us your best cracker jokes. Get hold of us.
Your best worst cracker
Your best
jokes.
worst cracker joke. Yeah, because they've got to be bad. Like, that's the whole point of a cracker joke.
So for anyone that doesn't know what a Christmas cracker is, it's a British tradition of you got a thing.
Do you not have crackers in the US?
No, we don't. I did bring it. So I did bring it back 2 years ago, maybe.
To be fair, my mum used to send me a box. When I was on the ships, mum used to send me a box. So
I feel it's too hard to explain. You'll just have to Google it.
Yeah, Google it. Google a Christmas cracker.
It's a thing that's made.
It's a paper tube,
and you pull it apart.
Yeah, so it's a paper tube, and it's got a snap inside, and you pull it with another person, and whoever gets the biggest size gets what's inside. And there's usually a paper hat, some sort of junky toy, And or if you get the
or
or if you
useful
get
item.
really good
like
ones,
you could get one that's like tape measure or something like that.
or like little screwdriver sets. Like sometimes they've got fancy things, and those are the luxury ones.
The more
but usually,
expensive you go, the better your things. But
and sometimes you can get themed ones, but it's little bits of
There's
tap.
a Taskmaster one that I
Yeah.
wanted.
Oh,
but
is
they
there?
wanted 50 quid for 6.
Oh no!
And I was like, no, it's not
Absolutely not. And then there's paper hat, toy, and a joke on a piece of paper. Now I've actually made reusable ones that I use now. I've got fabric ones, and then they Velcro together.
Okay.
And so then each year I put some sweets and usually celebrations inside, and I put a joke in, and then we share those, because otherwise it's a lot of paper waste.
I just gave you 5 really good jokes.
I know. I'm gonna have to come back to these. These are going to be the ones. I mean, I usually need
the snowman with the
1, 2, 3, 4. No, there's 5 of us, so I can use those in my crackers this year.
I argue we think they're all really good. So
yeah, I think you need to send me that document. Oh, it's on the sheet, isn't it? So I can just find them.
It's on our sheet.
It's on the script, so I can just find them.
But yeah, the snowman with the sunburn, that's the one. But yeah, definitely send us your worst, your best.
Yeah,
worst
send them to us.
Jokes, or if you don't have crackers, just send your best, worst holiday jokes to us.
Tori, if people want to send those to you, where can they get hold of you?
Absolutely, I love them. I appreciate a good dad joke, bad
love
joke,
a dad joke.
all of it.
I had to explain to the Germans what a dad joke was, because they don't have dad jokes.
I mean, they do have them. They
just don't know that they're dad jokes.
They don't know that they're dad. They think that they're really funny, and it's like, yes, yeah, you are. You can send them to me on Instagram at adventures_in_optimism, or at Gmail at adventuresinoptimism@gmail.com. Basically everything's linked from my Instagram, or you can just email me, and that's that really. But if you want to send it to both of us, so you know that we both are seeing these jokes, or
I want to see them.
Share a photo of your most exciting Christmas beer. Like, what is your beer for this festive period, this holiday period,
us Christmas
celebrating?
FOMO.
Yeah, whatever you are celebrating, tell us the beer that is your most favorite, you're most looking forward to for this. And you can find us both at A Woman's Brew on Instagram. X,
we're on Facebook.
Twitter,
we're on X,
Facebook, and A Woman's Brew podcast at gmail.com. And if you've got any ideas for what you want to see us do in the new year,
let us know.
Where we just chat crap like this, let us know. You can email us in there. But Joe, if people want to talk to you about the song Santa is a Pagan Too, or they want to ask you all those questions, where can people find you?
Yeah, you can come and ask me about Santa Claus is Pagan Too. It is my favourite, air quotes, Christmas song. It's my favourite Yule song. You can find me at my beer school, which is Love Beer Learning, and we are on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok and Pinterest. Mostly these days I'm on Instagram, so if you want to get hold of me, head there. Or you can come to my website, which is lovebeerlearning.co.uk. Got a lovely blog there. It tells you how to make your own Advent calendar. It's probably a bit late now, but maybe for next year you can see the instructions for that. If you want to make your own, you could do a 12 days one, maybe, or do something on the lead up to New Year's.
Well, by the time this is out, it's too late. But
it's going to be too late. It's too late. It's fine. Or you can email me lovebeerlearning@gmail.com. Send me your silly jokes, your favourite Christmas songs, and send me pictures of the beers that you're going to drink or you are drinking for Christmas, because I'll enjoy that FOMO. That's it. Let's go finish these barley wines.
I'm grateful that you didn't tell me off for my... I'm grateful you didn't tell me off for those amazing jokes, or that you didn't roll your eyes.
I love a silly joke. I laugh at silly jokes all the time. I love it.
Well, on that note,
cheers.
Cheers.